Now let me straight away go to Khushbu Oli. Thank you so much, Khushbu, for joining me. Do you think that Nepal is now on road to recovery? There is peace on the streets?
It is not going to be a very easy journey at this moment. And the first duty of any of us would be to protect democracy. And I think we have to rise through this. The country did get the younger generations were able to overthrow the authoritarians, the leaders with the authoritative approach. But along with that, the country has definitely suffered a lot because the public properties of importance, significant bodies have been, destroyed completely. They've come down to ashes. But we have seen in revolutions, it's unfortunate. We never promote uh, violence, and none of these youths who were leading this protest wanted violence, but there has been infiltrators. The whole protest has somewhat was hijacked by people who were more prone to violence, and I think people were very angry, upset, but we wanted to legally prosecute them. I think the young generation wanted to bring them, make them accountable, hold them accountable, prosecute them for the murders they have committed of the 21 children. But unfortunately, the violence was so bad, and the country has come down to ashes. And it's unfortunate, but we'll rise through the ashes. We have no choice. We'll have to come back stronger. It's going to be a tough road, but I think it's possible.
Khushbu, what happens to the older political parties, the older political guards, the Olis and the Koiralas and the Prachandas? What happened to them? What will happen to them?
Uh, See, it's yet to be unfolded. We respect democracy, and this is a country which the lot of people of this country had struggled to have a multi-party democracy in this country. There were like bigger protests before, but as they've become so unpopular, we should not ignore the rights of other people who are there in the party. Not everybody is corrupt. So I think Nepal stands at a very critical juncture to how to unfold it and how to settle down this situation, because a lot of Gen Zs demand that these three parties, UML, Congress, and communists, should be banned and they should not be allowed to come to politics now. But I think that would be against the principle of democracy. So I think interim government will carry a historic responsibility, and this has to be a serious role by a lot of stakeholders in the government, the army, the people that will lead the interim government, and other political parties who have a better image, or who are have will share the responsibility now, like how to bring them to the table. But then I don't think it is something that's going to be immediate, because all these parties, the major parties, were in the government when this murder, let's say we call it a murder, happened. So I think we have to hold them accountable. But after that, there are people who are at the parties. There are people who believe in democracy, believe in their parties. So it'll be a serious thoughts need to be given into that, because that's a constitutional right.
That's a constitutional right, but the people are very, very upset with the old guards. We played
Yes,
out the bites of the protesters. They said that these older politicians should go. Now, when you
yes,
say these
definitely.
things that older politicians should go, now they have actually, Gen Zs have come out with a name. Sushila Karki, she herself is a political person, retired Chief Justice of Nepal Supreme Court, and and they feel that she should be heading the interim government. Your thoughts on that?
See, I think she is a very strong woman, and throughout her career, that she has been very strong, and she's worked on the principle of good governance, and her name has never come into any corruption issues or anything, like she's never been involved in any political party. She's a very strong, responsible lady, and I think she will be, if the generation wants her to lead, I think it's a good choice that they have made, because I understand the younger generation wants to lead, but we have to understand that this is not a very with all only young people, fresh people, it can be very difficult. So I think definitely there needs to be a guardianship from people like her, and I think it's a good idea to bring her in.
And before I let go of you, Do you think that there can be a consensus in context of the constitution? Because anyway, our constitution making in Nepal was such a protracted process. It lasted for so many years. Even today, people have different ideas. And secondly, a very frank opinion for you. Do you think that the monarchy may have a role in this new setup, or are they still on the sideline?
See, I cannot say it very clearly, but the conversations that I heard in the Discord, that there were like more than 5,000 young Gen Zs talking about issues, and it was live. And I heard that a lot of people were in favor of constitutional monarch. So it's completely up to them and completely up to the further
Okay.
procedure. Now we are just in a negotiation table. Now the younger generation, now a lot of stakeholders will come to the table, and we'll have discussions over all those aspects. So I think, there is, I wouldn't say it's not possible, but it's up to the people, and it has always been their rights to decide on how it wants to go further. But we have to be very careful because, I think at this present moment, we need an interim government that will facilitate the investigations, the independent investigations into the killings, bring those responsibles to justice, and initiate national dialogue, with other people as well. Because this was the main intention. At this moment of time, I think this is the most important thing, because 21 children have lost their lives, and it
Absolutely.
shouldn't go in
Absolutely.
vain. And we should keep, the democracy should be respected, but definitely people are very, very angry and upset, and I can understand, but violence is not what we want. We need to prosecute them legally, so that it sets, it sets a standard for the future.